This is Shipaicun, one of the largest urban villages in China. It's surrounded by Guangzhou's East business district, modern skyscrapers, and the city's CBD. The whole village covers only 0.73 square kilometers, yet around 100,000 people live here. There are more than 3,000 self-built buildings packed into this small area. Some people call this place a slum, but is that really true? Welcome to my channel. Today, let's explore Shipaicun together. Outside the village, you will see wide roads, modern skyscrapers, luxury brands from around the world. It's hard to believe that after walking just a few hundred meters, you will find yourself in a completely different world. Right at the entrance is Shipaicun Elementary School, and you will also notice rental ads everywhere. Shipaicun has a history of more than 720 years. As Guangzhou expanded over the years, the village land was kept instead of being redeveloped. Local villagers started adding more and more floors to their own houses and renting them out. As the nearby business districts and tech companies grew, more and more people moved here looking for affordable housing. Renting out homes gradually became the villagers' main source of income, and over time, Shipaicun turned into a dense neighborhood you see today, connected by around 170 narrow alleys. The buildings are built so close together that locals call them handshake buildings. The idea is simple. You could almost reach out from one window and shake hands with your neighbor across the alley. Some of the alleys are so narrow that even on a bright sunny afternoon, they can feel as dark as night.
Wow, 太黑了。
There are so many narrow alleys here that it's easy to get lost. A local resident shared a useful tip with me. Just look at the motorcycles parked along the road. The back of the motorcycles usually points towards the nearest exit. Most people living here today are renters or small business owners. Many are young people or migrant workers who choose to live here because the rent is affordable and transportation is convenient. For many of them, this is their first home after moving to Guangzhou. The cheapest single rooms can cost as little as 300 to 500 yuan per month, while a typical room usually costs between 500 and 1,500 yuan.
像我小时候老家的那种房子。就也不是很热哈。
对，亮点了。
Life here is actually very convenient. There are barbers, laundry shops, fruit stores, vegetable markets, grocery shops, lottery shops, restaurants, clinics, convenience stores, career stations, nail salons, flower shops, and herbal tea stores. You can find almost everything you need without ever leaving the village. Although the village looks old and crowded from the outside, I was actually surprised by how well it's managed. There are security cameras almost every few meters. Access control at most buildings. And even the garbage collection areas look clean and organized. I wasn't able to film inside anyone's apartment, so I looked at some real rental listings online to see what the rooms are actually like. Most of them don't get much natural light, so you'd probably need to turn on the lights even during the day. But overall, they looked much cleaner and tidier than I had expected. Since this area is now surrounded by Guangzhou's busy city center, you might wonder, why hasn't it been redeveloped? The biggest reason is cost. There are more than 3,000 self-built buildings here. If the whole village were redeveloped, the compensation alone could cost more than 30 billion yuan. Residential properties could cost around 60,000 yuan per square meter, while commercial properties could cost around 130,000 yuan per square meter. Once developers do the math, many simply decide it's not worth it. Another reason is that many villagers don't actually want redevelopment. The village earns nearly 400 million yuan every year from rental income. For many families, collecting rent already provides a comfortable living, so there's little motivation to rebuild. There's also the traffic issue. Shipaicun is surrounded on all four sides by Guangzhou's busy CBD roads. Traffic is already heavy. If the village were completely rebuilt with even more buildings, the surrounding roads would become even more congested. So instead of tearing everything down, the current plan is to improve the village step by step. Some buildings are removed to create wider roads and emergency access, while most of the village is preserved. The focus is on improving sanitation, infrastructure, and fire safety. We grabbed some spicy hot pot in the village. The food was actually really good and way cheaper than anything you'd find in the CBD.
我家都是，我们家已经做30年了啊。
这里啊，
做30，
就在这里30年吗？
从迁到这来，我家做30。
啊，
所以说为什么说我们家说，你看我们这个店也好几年了，我们一直保持那么新，就是干净度。每次到他们每全部都要刷完以后才那样，就是说你看不出，觉得就像新店一样。我们每次都是打扫的，全部每天晚上1点钟我们就收了，收了要搞2个小时卫生期。
那你们30年就一直在这个石牌村吗？
对，我们就做30年。
那现在会不会觉得有什么变化呢？跟以前比？
变化有变化，没那么多人吧？
没有那么多人了呀？
肯定少了很多吧？
啊，是吗？
没那么人口的老龄化，很多东西生发的话，你先生力量不够注入。吃一下麻辣烫。哎呀，谢谢，
闻起来好香的。啊，这2个。
We even spotted a small lake right in the middle of all these packed buildings.
活在这个里面还是挺方便的。
Before coming, I saw YouTube videos call this a slum and plenty of negative takes on Chinese social media too. But after spending time here myself, I came away with a completely different impression. Yes, it's crowded, old, a little messy, but it's also full of everyday life. Urban villages like this developed naturally as cities expanded. For a lot of young people, Shipaicun is where they get their first start in a big city. They come here, work hard, save up, and eventually move on to somewhere better. To me, this isn't just an old neighborhood. It's where many dreams begin.